Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Season 8 Grand Finals of AGN Rainbow Six Siege. My name is Crisis, and I will be joined tonight with Freak. We're going to be bringing you this amazing action between Gusic, the Season 7 winners, and Avient. Tonight, it's going to be fantastic. We're going to be starting out on Chalet, then we're going to be going to Oregon, and then we're going to be going to Clubhouse. It's a best of 3 tonight. It's going to be fantastic. Why don't you tell us how these teams got here and how the situation's played out?
All right, so both teams, due to their seeding, got a first round bye. Team Avient came from the upper brackets, or the upper side of the bracket at least, and they beat Imagine Dragon 2-0 and also got a 2-0 against Landscape Company, and that brought them to the grand final. And then Gusic had a little bit of a tougher road. They beat Infamous 2-1. They also beat Dallas Vendetta and a Barn Burner 2-1. I believe that last map went to an 8-7, and now they're in the grand final against Team Avient. And from what I've seen, these two teams played each other in the Dallas League yesterday, and Gusick won. So kind of a rematch here for Avient.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to cast that Gusick semifinal match on Chalet, and it did go 8-7. It was some of the most impressive T3 Siege I've ever seen in my entire life. So for us to be going back there tonight with the same team, I can only imagine the fireworks are going to continue to fly. So, again, we have a best of 3 tonight as the teams are getting ready. They're in the lobby. We'll be going to the lovely chalet, the
Lovely.
the nice snow-covered fields. It's winter for the northern hemisphere. It'll be a great time to kick back, grab some hot chocolate, some popcorn, whatever your snacks are, because we're in for a ride tonight. I cannot wait.
I'm sure of it as well. Chalet is my most intriguing map out of the three that we have coming up between Chalet, Oregon, and Club. I think Club's a good decider map for these two teams, but I
Mhm.
do believe Chalet's going to bring out a lot of fireworks. I'm excited to see how Gusick plays against Avient. If Avient is up to the challenge of Gusick's ego peaks, so to speak, should be a good map one. Set the pace.
And we saw a lot of Chalet actually getting played at Six Invitational, which
Hmm.
maybe some of these teams will kind of take what the pro teams were able to do and incorporate that into their strategies. But Guzik's strategy is really, like you said, just kind of swing and shoot. They're very aggressive in their play style. And Chalet is a map that, since its rework, kind of suits their aggressive play style. The
Indeed.
question is Avient going to be able to meet that aggression head on? Because when Gusick played against Dallas Vendetta on this map in the semifinals, Dallas Vendetta really did have to kind of bring the heat in order to keep up with Gusick, and eventually Gusick burned a little bit hotter for a little bit longer. And they were able to take it. So, do you think we're going to see any sneaky bans here, or do you think we're going to see everything kind of play out as normal as it normally does in Rainbow Six Siege?
Well, as normal comes and goes, it changes every 3 or so months. But for Chalet's purposes, as of right now, I'm expecting to see at least a Flores band, maybe a Thatcher as well. This would be the default staples for attack. And there goes the Thatcher off the board from Avient. So I'm excited to see what Gusick does, being they're more of an aggressive team, and maybe they want to play behind the shields on the upper floors. Expect to see a Flores band here, but I could also see maybe something like a Zero coming out, or maybe even a Nomad if they want to get really wacky.
So this was talked about as well. I believe Jesco touched on it at the Sixth Invitational. Zero is actually kind of a slept on operator. We're going to see a Zofia ban here.
Wow.
Makes sense. Tons of soft breach, LMG go burr. It's the ability to do a lot with a single operator. And we saw LMGs again going back to Six Invitational being very potent and able to. You have 150 bullets
Oh yeah.
before you have to reload. A gun with very limited recoil. You can mouse one your way across the map and kill everybody in sight. A Valkyrie band. Nobody is shocked there. Uh,
I
those.
mean,
I think. Do you think we'll keep seeing her banned as much once her cameras get nerfed?
I believe that her ban rate will stay high, but maybe we'll start leaning back towards a Maestro or an Echo ban. And
Mhm.
for this last ban, I kind of expect a Mirror Arcade. Oh, Mai's going to be coming
Well,
in for Avient.
my.
Okay, they want to get rid of that projectile denial. Maybe make it easier to clear these shields, but Gusick is starting on the attacking end. So Avient maybe wants to play a little bit more comfortable behind those shields. Um, or they won't be able to without the Lamai. So they're down to an Aruni and a Jaeger for throwable denial.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that being no Wamai on the board, which means, of course, you do have the Aruni, but Capital Firebolts could be very strong here. We're not going to see any coming out, though. Instead, we are going to see 8 grenades. 8 frag grenades coming out here from the side of Gusic. Sledge, Finka, Maverick, and Knock all bringing out frags. And again, I hate to keep bringing it up, but here's the Flores that you were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Flores is so strong. I love
Yes, he is,
Flores.
man.
He's
3
one of my favorite
flashes,
attackers.
four,
Four
four
extra
explosive
drones.
Attackers need to locate and
Yeah.
defuse bombs.
Because even if the drones don't destroy anything, 4 extra drones can drone out. It's almost like the Yana hologram, right? Where it's very little risk to send that
Bomb
thing
located
in,
by attackers.
and if you get to blow something up with it, great. If not, and you lost a drone that only had a 10-second timer on it anyway. So it's not like you can kind of put them in specific places to watch and hold angles for you, which is why I think Flores is just so strong. And I'm actually surprised he managed to get there.
I am also surprised to see that as well. But Sophia, I mean, it's kind of an awkward
10
ban.
seconds
I
left
guess
before
being it came out from Gusic, they prefer the Mika over the Sophia, but sometimes,
5
especially on a
seconds
map
to
like Stella,
insertion.
you can bring both. Instead, Teddy opting to go onto the Nook, that is still nades,
Attacker's
and I guess
objective
that's
is
the
to
replacement
defuse a
for
bomb.
Sophia. You still do that, have that 100 bullet LMG and Tristan on the Finka, so bullets do go burr across the map still. You see here, around this one to a balcony here. Tristan already down to a bit of HP, don't know how that happened, but he'll activate his adrenal surge, get himself back up to about 25 health and boost his teammates above and beyond what they are usually capable of. Roof, but Jacob will get the first pick of the game until Teddy knocks the Nook down already.
Yeah, and you can see Tristan firing guns out of that PKM, so obviously some sort of an engagement. Oh no,
Oh man.
TK coming out. Okay, so it looks like Unlimited may have disconnected. That's where the TK comes in. But we're now on a 5v3 with 2 minutes left, so Gusic might want to take this time to kind of just, maybe talk it out, let their teammate get back into the match before anything happens. But yeah, they're down 5v3 with a minute in, and this is not looking.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Ooh, Amp trying to get a couple shots in there. Interesting situation here coming out, making a little bit of a hole. Can he? Oh, siege timing! Almost saw the feet there. That's an interesting Maverick hole. You're going to be seeing that a lot in ranked. Now, now that just happened, you're no longer safe in that back area.
Indeed, and Amp's going to try and rotate around to West Main here. Aggro's still holding on to that top 4, which is crucial for a bar defense. You need that top 4 control if the attackers have the vertical capabilities. This site's almost unplayable, but that goes for mainly every site, especially on the kitchen site. But we have a minute and a half left to go here. We have the Flores on the library balcony, and it looks like Aggro has dropped down the library hatch, forfeiting the top 4 control. But at what cost here for Gusic? They have 4 nades still left, and they have the Flores drones. That's their only bit of verticality. They'll clear the top blue shield here, but they still have yet to enter the building, basically.
Yeah, and you still have the Mira being played here on elbow, and as you can see, that Flores drone going to take out the shield and what's looking to be an ADS behind it. Oh, and now Baxley going to get a nice kill onto the Goyos. Those fireballs from the Goyo shield going to just make him have to get out of there. So very nice play coming out from the Flores. But we are down to 45 seconds left. Bulletproof Gamer going to get shot out. That's a 4v3. This is still very winnable for Gusic. They do so have the Finka, of course. And, well, okay, as soon as I say that, Cryptic says no more Finka for you. Shapai going to take a lot of damage as well. 30 seconds left here in the round. Vertical play coming out as Baxley going to get a double kill. Amp playing here on the back stairs as well. Cryptic's now playing in behind the bar area. Baron crawling around, no nitro in hand here, but still 1 grenade and 3 flashes left for Gusic. See what happens is Baxley going to take some damage now, and eventually Amp is going to get taken out. Baron going to take out Baxley to finish it off, so no late round heroics coming out. But all in all, you lost a teammate early on to a disconnect, and, a valiant effort coming out from Gusic.
I think that was a very good effort from Gusic to try and salvage what was left of a 3v5. And a little bit of a questionable decision for the Aruni to fall off of Library that quick. Kind of leave his teammates stranded there up on the Mira. And also the Goyo sticking up there as his shield's exploding on him. And he has to pay for it with his own life. And Gusic brought it to a 3v3 there, for a 3v2, and then from there, your time's dwindling down, not much they can do. So round 1 goes to Avient. And now we're going to go to a kitchen dining, which is a little bit
Attackers
surprising,
need
not
to
opting for
locate
the
and
master,
defuse
but
as many
obviously
bombs
it's a
as they
comfort pick
can.
here for Avient. And the Nook coming back out as well with a Twitch and an Ash.
Yeah, so Unlimited going to be swapping over to the Finca this time instead of Tristan, but we saw the Flores get 6 pick to last
Attackers have
round,
located
and
a
now
bomb.
we show the Flores and get switch pick to an Ash for Baxley. So couple little mind games being played out there, but again, we did get to see how strong his drones were, so that will probably not be the only time we get to see him. Speaking of seeing things, look at Castle with his lovely new update. He doesn't put down the barricades anymore. As someone who plays a lot of Castle,
5
that was
seconds
a
left
very
before
welcome
insertion.
change.
Good quality of life change for sure, and especially for all the players who are stuck on that castle roll. At least you have the 1.5, and now you don't have to go around or asking your teammates to rip down the barricades for you, so you're not setting up halfway into the round. But we're going to have a little bit of a different approach here from Gusic, it seems, as the Ash of Bakesley's going to try and enter through the center to a garage. Pistol out. Hopefully no one's got her to catch him, but obviously they have 3-place cams. And he's going to work his way into the wine
Attackers
cellar.
recovered
He already
the-
has his hat. He could find an early pick here, and Tristan with a big pick onto that Mira in the carpet hallway. We'll see what kind of take Gusic gets here. Basically, he's going to get the opening pick onto Baron. Actually, Teddy with a nade onto carpet won't connect, but he gets a couple shots off onto aggro, and he'll spray and pray, hoping to find something through one of these walls.
Yeah, getting shoot up just a little bit through that soft wall. Looks like maybe a bullet probably hit the Kayed of aggro here. And oh man, talk about timing. We could see a swing here, but no, unfortunate. It probably wouldn't have worked out much anyway, as Teddy was over there holding a cross angle. But man, that Castle could have hopped out and taken out Unlimited on the Finca, which would have been huge. That would have been 2 nades off 4, and also just the healing ability as well. And of course, that PKM, but we're going to see what they can do here a little bit over halfway into the round, as Candle going to get down by Teddy using that FMG. However, it looks like they might be safe to get picked up, as that reinforced wall is going to be able to protect them, and they are. So Candle backed up and back in the fight.
I think we might see a little bit of a gutsy hero play here from Bakesley. He is sitting with the Ash Mine out near that castle barricade of the dining door. And he's actually going to get shut down, and Candle will add onto it with another pick onto Tristan. Unlimited gets a refrag onto Candle. We're set at a 3v3, minute 20 left in the round, and it seems as if Avient has forfeited their top control, and indeed they have, as Teddy will get rid of what's left of this top 4 defense, and Cryptix has fallen down to sight with a little bit under half HP. Aggro, about a bullet taken off of him, and we're now in a 3v3. Let's see if Gusic can execute with 60 seconds.
Yeah, and I think it's the right call to fall off at this point. You're lacking the health advantage. It's tied up man count. And of course, you do have that kind of 6th member on defense. You have the clock that the attackers also have to play against. So it's a smart call to fall back at this point in time, because now, look, Gusic has slowed down their attack. They're going to have to move here, as they only have 40 seconds left. But the good news is, for you Gusic fans out there, once that call is made, move they do. So we're going to see Unlimited getting droned in here.
A bomb
That
has been
Finca
located.
LMG in hand. We thought maybe we were going to see a grenade get pulled, but instead not. Here comes the boost instead, and this is probably where your rush is going to be coming in. Some flashbangs coming in to try to burn any ADS. It's a Nitro, though, from Aggro. A very aggressive plays. He's going to get another one, so that's a him on the round.
Aggro!
For Aggro on the Kayed. Who says supports can't shoot? Aggro living up to his name and getting a massive 4K to put them up 2-0 over Team Gusic.
Wow, what a play from Aggro, single-handedly getting that round on the Avient's column there. Gusic not with a bad idea there to try and flush into the... all 3 of the remaining members were kind of separated. One in West Main, one in the dining hallway, and then one on the master hatch. I guess the plan was to try and force a frag onto that guy remaining into dining, and then have that West Main cross established, and try and force a plant behind the dining table, knowing the last 2 members were over by the trophy side or underneath. Not a bad idea, it just didn't work out. I guess Aggro's just better.
Well, you live by the Finca boost, you die by the Finca boost, right?
Defenders,
it is so
protect your
loud
bombs
when
from
it
being
gets
defused
hit,
by attackers.
and he was right on the other side of the wall, so Aggro probably heard that and could tell that the push was coming, prepped with the Nitro cell to throw it out there. It got out a fantastic kill, and then just used amazing gunplay to get the last 2 kills. That AUG, not what most would consider a top fragging weapon. It's a very slow fire rate, and it doesn't do a massive amount of damage, but in Siege, if you hit your heads, that's all you need. And Aggro was able to do that, got himself a quad, almost an ace, not quite. So But we're
10
going to move on
seconds
here to
remaining.
round 3. Gusic has not been playing as aggressive as we normally see them. I mean, they had a disconnect in round 1, but even in that last round, they kind of took it a little bit slower than we
Attackers'
normally see.
objective is
Any
to
thoughts
locate a
as to
bomb and
why
defuse it.
that might be going on? You think they're just maybe feeling out Avient here, or?
I mean, these two teams did play each other yesterday, so they are definitely familiar with each other. I think maybe Gusic's trying to lay off, you know, even if the casters are expecting it to be an aggressive side from Gusic, maybe they're trying to lay low a little bit and take their time, drone out, gather information, and act off of that instead of just, you know, blindly entering into the map. But, I mean, I think Gusic has, like, they're a little bit slower than what they want to be, but they're doing just fine. Amp's going to find the first pick onto Agra. That's the Aruni down and the hero of last round. So that's a big first pick for Gusic and a big one for Amp as he gets himself on the board. Two other players, Tristan and Teddy, yet to find their first pick. And Gusic will need them to wake up anytime soon.
Yeah, and speaking of Teddy, gonna bring out that zero that we talked about a little bit earlier, an operator that kind of slept on, but those cameras so invaluable for watching flanks, especially on a map like Cafe, where it can really help cater to some roamers. But well, I'm sure we'll see Tristan wake up at some point here. Same with Teddy, they're both gunners. They just, you know, maybe they didn't get their warm-up scrim in, but we're over a minute in here, and the only death was aggro. Cryptics took a little bit of damage though, but so far, again, another kind of quiet round here coming out from Gusic. And as soon as I say that, Teddy gets taken out by Candle. So a little bit of damage done to Candle, though, but enough to keep himself in the fight. Limited going to be pushing up in here through elbow as Baxley's holding this cross with all of those alibi holograms in his way. Unfortunate situation there. You cannot shoot or you will be pinged.
Flank cam set up there by Tristan. And looks like they're going to try and get the nade off on the shield or player in the piano. They do get the jammer off of this mezzanine wall. Amp struggling to open up this barricade here. 21 bullets tossing him. Candle and Bakesley both get a pick of their own. And both of them are still up. Candle gets a triple kill onto the round. Bakesley gets traded out. It's all left up to Amp and Unlimited in a 2v3 here with 60 seconds left. Candle going for a fourth. Lights up Unlimited, but Unlimited's going to find P. That's a 2v2 now we have. Unlimited sitting on the piano door. Plant going down. Amp will get off of the plant. C4 out. Will it hit? No. Unlimited with a second kill of the round. Gets traded out by Baron. We're in a 1v1. Amp trying to get the diffuser down. Over halfway there. Will the bomb get down? Yes, it will. Baron knows where he's at, but Amp's going to find the pick and the clutch. Gusic will get on the board. We'll have a 2-1.
That, we almost saw another 4K and potentially leading to ace there coming out from Candle. Fantastic gunplay with that MX4 Storm, but not quite enough. A very good play coming out from the Bearing 9 on Amp, a gun that has lost some favor with some players over the last couple of years, as it had its recoil added to the game, because if you remember before, it didn't have any. Ubisoft dropped that nice little DLC in our pockets for us and gave us that. And we're going to see our boy Flores again coming out. The Flores with the Twitch, though, is an interesting combo, because now you're going to have two drone operators that can really cause a lot of havoc for defenders. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as Avient now has every single bomb site unlocked. They're going to be going back down to the bar where they won the first round. But again, you have to remember, Gusic had that disconnect in round 1, so could be seeing a potential different story here this time.
Yes, we could, and maybe even knowing Gusic that Bakesley's going to the Twitch just for the F2. I mean, a lot of players, most notoriously Pambazoo on Dark Zero, use that F2 and just wreck havoc. That gun is so strong. They reduce the magazine count by 5 bullets, but let's be honest here. Who really cares about those 5 bullets? You have a 1.5 in your hands. That gun's fire rate's insane, and its DPS is also up there. So maybe off the Zero is an interesting pick for me, which is your flank watch operator, but I guess they might stick the Twitch onto that flank, and, you know, relying on cams, you know, can't go bad with that, as long as someone's on those cams, and no one's flanking. But looks like Amp's gonna go from the Solarium side here. Default take for Gusic here on a bar defense. They'll probably try and trigger both shields, take the top control, use that sledge's verticality, and we'll see where they go with the next two from there.
Yeah, the sledge, but also, again, the Flores gonna probably be used to take out the boosters. They're gonna be sitting up here at the top of blue stairs, but also in the elbow location. And we're gonna see that Aruni gate get burned, and here comes the Flores drone as Jaeger's top of the stairs. He's gonna be able to shoot it before Flores can lock it in and get the explosive off. However, again, as we talked before, even if that drone does not get
Attackers have
anything
recovered their
done, that is still information. Now they know where the Jaeger is playing. They can give that call out. Jaeger's either going to have to defend that spot or fall off. He's not tucked safely behind his Goyo shield, but for how much longer? A single Flores drone will send that shield straight to the moon and give him a nice ball with it. Looks like the mirror's been popped as well. Not quite
Jakes
sure.
was on the prowl.
It could have been a Twitch drone. I mean, like I said, there's Twitch drones there. And here we go, taking out the bulletproof camera. Baxley is doing work with that drone, so not just an F2 user. You're going to have to apologize to Baxley for that one.
I will apologize to Baxley for that one. He's getting a lot of utility, got that mirror out of the way, also got the bulletproof cam. So assuming that lobby default is gone, they don't have any information on the lobby. So basically on the front door as well, he might just be able to walk up the main stairs without the guy on the top main stair shield even noticing.
Yeah, it's incredibly possible if we're going to see another Flores drone. It's going to be used to take out any utility that might be sitting inside of that. So we're not going to have it take out the reservoir instead. But Amp is going to take a lot of damage. I'm not quite sure exactly where they're from. Candle, though, taking a ton of damage. Aggro going to get a kill, though, as Candle, so now it's in a 5v3.
Attackers recovered the
Bullet,
diffuser.
though, will probably take Candle's life from him this round. And here we go again, under a minute, and the last three members of Gusic, not even the last two members of Gusic, not even in the building, which is just so weird for their playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're kind of getting off to the wrong foot here. It is early, it is map 1, we're only in round 4. So maybe they're trying to get their feet wet, and Avient's playing a little different than they did yesterday. But I don't know. It's honestly kind of weird. Gusic's fragging ability is down to Tristan and Teddy now. No nades, no flashes, but they do still have all 4 cams, but only 20 seconds to work with. And they don't even know if they have top 4 control in a 5v2. Tristan's going to find 1 pick, but what does that even mean at this point? Cryptix goes down, Candle on a single bullet of HP, down to the final 10 seconds now. They have to find 4 picks and or get the bomb down. And it looks like Teddy's going to find one, but immediately get traded out by Aggro. Tristan finds another, making it a 2v1. Is this salvageable? No, it is not. Candle shuts that down. Avient gets their bar defense to work for a second time in a row, and they'll go up 3-1.
That Finka almost pulled that off because they downed the one person on site. They had 1 kill to go and about 60 rounds left in that magazine. That was almost pulled off, but not quite. Again, Gusic just kind of playing timid, I think is the word I would kind of want to use here. And that could change up real quick because now we're going to see the Yana come out. Yana is probably every entry fragger's best friend at this point.
I would agree so. You gotta, I mean, people are gonna vary on their weapon selection with the G36C if they want that extra 10 bullets. But I prefer to go with the ARX. Both guns do have access to the 1.5, and also you get that nice camo on the ARX with the Dark camo or the Fury camo.
G36 does not have the 1.5 anymore.
Not on the Ana, correct? Is on that.
Yeah.
My apologies on that. But basically,
we all wish it was still there.
Well, I do. Makes you a little strong with that though.
I was speaking more though towards Yana's ability to almost act as a free refrag. Send that hologram in there, and you know, okay, somebody shoots at it, great. What do most people do in Siege when they shoot? They reload. You shoot a drone with a single bullet, what do you do right after? You reload. So if you can catch somebody and you put your entry fragger right behind that hologram, oh, that's your best friend. You know, that hologram is your battle buddy, and you want to take them with you everywhere you go. So lots of operators with intelligence, though. Again, Teddy, 3-0, and oh, we're gonna see a straight up rush. Is Baron gonna shut down Tristan Midnight Ash?
I think Gusic's trying to get a little too aggressive now.
Attackers have recovered their
Yeah, they heard us. They know we're talking smack.
I don't know if they had a pre-placed in lobby and acted off of that, but obviously it's not going to work out for him. Baron was sitting in towards bar, and I think Gusic maybe. I don't know. Tristan tried to make a little bit of a rat play and get map control pretty quickly and try and make up for lost ground here. So this is an attacker-favored map. If Jaeger is down, looks like Looney's going to top solar to res him. He'll get back on his feet. 2 ADS is still in his back pocket, which, I mean, I guess he's ADS tricking or just hasn't got down to placing them. But might want to do that before he's eventually killed, and he will. Looks like he places one down. Teddy opening up that mezzanine wall. Aggro taking about half of his HP away. Don't know where that's going on, but it seems that that RPG did go off. Yellow Ping's coming out onto Candle, and Candle will get caught out by Teddy, and I think he's on that bathroom window. Jaeger looking for a refrag, but he won't find it just yet.
Yeah, an unfortunate situation there for Tristan early on, but it seems like Gusic is finally getting back to the. This is a lot more
dropped the
aggressive
bomb
than
diffuser.
they're used to. They're swinging, they're taking fights, and poor Chappé down at roughly 20 health. So it's single bullet from any of these attacker guns, or even if they just get a little bit too close to frag grenade, going to end their life. But minute and a half here, and speaking of frag grenades, well, decided to change his mind because we thought we were going to see one coming in here. Yeah, just it's almost like he's baiting, looking for a swing or a push or something. Baron gonna take a lot of damage, and that's probably from the Goyo shield getting blown up from a grenade as Unlimited gonna come in and finish him off. And now Amp coming in, gonna probably try to get that plant down as he does have the diffuser. Just sitting away, and there it goes. Finally getting planted. 1 C4 on the board, but is it gonna be able to happen? No, it misses. Teddy gonna get his head taken off as Aggro living up to his name once again. Cryptics gonna get one out with the Nitro as well, but Aggro gonna take a ton of damage from the Yana. So health very, very limited on the side of Avient here, and Baxley gonna add another one to his title. Aggro very low health. It's all gonna come down to these two as the angle's being held. Rotate and do something, but Cryptic's gonna be able to get one. Things are looking a lot more winnable now. Baxley gonna be able to down the Aruni. Just has to take care of the mute now. He's getting the call out. No!
Can he get there?
Cryptic.
He got it. I think he got it by 1/10 of a second. Did he? Oh, this is close.
It's gonna be close.
Oh, he got it.
Wow! Literally
Wow.
a second later, he gets there. That does not count. Wow.
That's cutting it a little close if you're Avient, but almost a great attempt at a clutch there by Baxley. Literally 1/10 of a second, I think, away from that bomb being out of reach for Avient to counter defuse. But that master defense works out for them again, and it's now a 4-1 so far going on to the last round of this split. And if you're one of those people, the majority of the people who think Chalet is an attacker-sided map, well, it's not looking too good for Team Gusic here on map 1.
Yeah. It's a little bit interesting there. Again, Baxley, if Baxley makes that gunfight last a half a second longer,
Defenders, protect your
just a
bombs from
half a
being
second,
defused by attackers.
the defenders probably don't win that round. You know?
I think so.
And that's
Attackers
that
have
just
located a
again
bomb.
it comes down to we talked about how the defense has the clock. Once that planter is or once the diffuser is planted, that timer is going, you now have the same situation except for the defense. And we saw their time almost won out for the attackers, but just not quite. As now we're gonna see Avient's final defensive round, choosing to not go down to the basement, which I'm sure nobody is surprised by. We're gonna go back to the kitchen defense.
10
And
seconds
the
left
last
before
time we
insertion.
went here, remember, we have that aggro 4K. He's back on that
5
Cade,
seconds to go.
and maybe he'll try to repeat what he had last time. I'm sure Avient doesn't want it to come down to basically a hero play, but Gusic, they desperately need this round. I think this is their make or break. I don't think you can go down 5-1 on your Chalet attacking half. I mean, it's not impossible, but if you're in a 2-4 or 3-3, you know, your odds are looking a lot better than a 5-1.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say, Gusic in the semifinals lost the first match. Came back to win the next two, and there we go. Baxley gonna get taken out by Aggro. So, Aggro again, living up to his name, barely taking a lot of damage as well, as they have selected the Frost for this round, and a map that I think kind of suits Frost. Lots of windows to hop in, lots of opportunities. Plus, she brings that ITA shotgun, the ability to make rotates on all the soft floors. So, yeah, Gusic already in the hole again, less than a minute in, and I mean, yeah, Baron's hurt, but you still have 4 other full health guns ready to take the fight. And aggro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean-
aggro counts for about 3 or 4 guns.
Yeah.
He's off to a hot start, but Tristan, man, what a shot. Took even the man count, and Baron down to 1 health is basically a 3v3 at this point still, even with Candle taking down Unlimited. Teddy looking for a refrag. I don't know if it's going to come out. Agro trying for a C4. Doesn't hit, but Candle gets the second of the round. Tries to swing for a third. Tristan shuts it down. Tristan sprang into an alibi clone. Will reveal his location. Half of the round not even gone yet. And we're in a 2v3 with Baron still on that ounce of health. One bullet or one of these 4 nades coming anywhere close to him will take him down. And I don't know, man. Agro's still alive, so are we in basically a 5v2 still here for Avient?
I wouldn't say a 5v2, maybe 4v2 kind of situation, but you saw Tristan being scared of those nitros, though, started firing through the floor. Yellow Ping's coming out, and Amp is ready to make this swing. However, Aggro is ready to catch him in the snares. Also has Shapai on the side, as well as now Tristan gonna be rotating all the way through the basement. This is not a feat for the heavy-footed, as Finka is not the fastest operator in the game. She's not the slowest, but she's also not the fastest. And of course, they're gonna have to deal with this castle barricade once she comes up the backside stairs. So, 35 seconds left here, and yeah, I think Gusic kind of just treats this as a tactical timeout. You know, kind of talks to themselves. Is Tristan and Shapai gonna have some words? And oh, well, there goes Ampez. Aggro. Oh, once again, not really living up to his name. He was very patient there, waiting for that one instead of being super aggro. So we're seeing a little bit of everything coming out for him, and it's great to see. But yeah, down 5-1 now. Gusic in some trouble here. However, I would like to say Avient just won 5 on defense, which means it is possible Gusic could win 5 here and go to overtime. It is possible. We've seen it happen. Is it very likely? No. They have to play near flawless siege.
And if they don't want to go to overtime, they do have to play flawless siege. They can't afford to drop another round if they don't want to go to overtime. We're going to see a kitchen dining defense coming out first from Gusic, so maybe their most comfortable site, but most teams will opt for that master defense or that bar defense. No Mira coming out here, but we do have a Jaeger, a Frost,
Attackers
a
need to
Cade,
locate and defuse bombs.
and a Smoke and an Echo. So that Echo could come in into the later part of the round. A lot of teams will open up that wine cellar hatch and put the Echo drone down there and wait until a plant starts to try and come down into that dining breach, and then Teddy might drop his
Attackers
drone
have
up to
located
the
a bomb.
ceiling and deny the plant in the dying seconds. But that being if Avient gets to that situation where the clock is dwindling down and they're executing on that dining wall. But we'll see Bakesley making some of these verticals onto that west main. Very default stuff here from Gusic. We'll see how this top 4 hold works out for them compared to Avient. Avient did kill a lot of time and also got a lot of
10
frags,
seconds left.
mainly impactful ones on this upstairs hold, which is crucial for them.
5
See if
seconds
Gusic
left before insertion.
Yeah, you said it best. Not only did they kill a lot of time, they killed a lot of people.
Objective is to defuse the
Speaking
bomb.
of people, Teddy, I think a little bit of a love tap coming out there from Unlimited. Is not quite sure exactly what's going on there, but yeah, the Echo coming out is an interesting play, right? So Echo's been nerfed, tweaked, whatever you want to call it, here recently, and people are really using his drones a lot differently now. You're seeing them kind of almost help the roamers a little bit, as opposed to, okay, you stick them in a sneaky spot, you wait till the plant, and then you just kind of hit them 4 times, alternating between your drones. So, it'll be interesting to see what Teddy can do. Kind of struggling on the scoreboard, as actually is most of Gusic. I mean, the only person who's cracked kills is Baxley, who has 5, and not a lot. Candle, though, gonna try to get a frag. Oh! Listen, it's happened to all of us. Okay.
It definitely has. It definitely has happened to all of us. Happened to the best of us. Baron getting a drone onto this Cade, and Tristan immediately gets shut down off of that information. Aggro with the first pick of the round. Just under a minute in. And Aggro, 12 and 4. He might get a 13th right here, and he will. Unlimited turns his back to the window. That's 13 frags in 7 rounds. Still pending to get more here for Aggro. Still trying to enter into that Solarium side, but drone economy kind of hurting here. It looks like only 5 cams left for Avient, and we have a minute and 40 left in the round.
Yeah, I mean, drone economy not that great. However, you really need it if you're just shooting
Attackers have
everybody in the
located
face.
a bomb.
Speaking of getting shot in the face, Baxley gonna shoot Cryptics down, and that'll add another one to his tally. However, that's just a nomad off the board. So really, the only thing you're taking off is some flashbangs and air jabs, but that is a big one as Aggro gets taken out. No more kills for you this round, sir. Lucky 13 is where you will stay. Baxley just holding this down with a sliver of health upstairs. The lone Frost Warrior. That little SMG gonna try to do everything they can hold and secure the top floor. I mean, literally, just doing it by themselves. Everyone else is falling back.
I think they're ignoring him. I mean, what's the point of trying to chase the frag, you know? If you have a drone on this guy, that's all you need is make sure he can't come up from behind you. But it looks like Avient's going for a kitchen execute, and it looks like Candle's in the sight. Candle's just gonna shift W, and he'll find a pick on the Teddy. That's the Echo down. All down to Amp and Bakesley, but Amp taking a lot of damage. He's between enemy lines here. I don't know if he can nose. Amp's gonna find a pick, even it out to a 2v2. He'll gas off his rotate. One of those gases left. Bakesley coming off to a flank here, but I think the plant's going down in dining now, so a flip here from Avient. They have attacked both sides now. Plant almost down from Baron, and it does get down. They're in a 2v2, and Bakesley's going to get down. It's all down to Amp. Nothing in his back pocket of those toxic baits. All down to the SMG-11. Candle's going to find both of the remaining Gusic players, and Avient, we're only going on to round 8, but they're already on match point. 6-1 for them.
Yeah, fantastic. Just play there from Candle coming out. And we talk about it all the time, right? You see these people get all these frags in these matches. Great, and it's fantastic. But let's show a little bit of support to the guys who were joining them out there as well. Candle couldn't have gotten those kills without the info from their teammates. So, yes, fantastic play, but great team play coming out from Avient. And it's been the whole match. Like you said, we're only at round 8, but it's match point. And Avient is just looking like a much more solid team. They are playing incredibly well. Their comms are there. Their refrags are there. They're able to just kind of play off of each other so well. And it's something that Gusic is really struggling against here. And at this point, unless you want to go to map 2 very early,
Attackers need to locate
you
and
got some work
defuse
to do,
as many
Gusic.
bombs as they can.
Yeah, most definitely. They got to take the next 5 rounds in a row on the defensive side. Avient did take 5, but it's not 5 in a row. Anything is possible. It is not over until it is over. So, Gusic, I mean, we know what they're capable of. We know their guns can come alive. Maybe their confidence is lacking a little bit here, being down 6-1, but, you know, this is a best of 3. This isn't a best of 1, so you can't hold your heads too low, especially being this is Avient's map pick. So, I mean, Gusic, not too much to lose here. It's only just map 1. You go on your map pick next, then you have your decider. I don't know how comfortable they are on that clubhouse, but definitely comfortable in Oregon being picked it. So, Avient, definitely feeling good about yourself, but you're not home for yet.
Attackers are heading out to defuse the bomb.
Yeah, definitely not. Again, Gusic, they have, at this point, now they have to play Perfect Siege. And we talked about it a little bit, but if there's any team that can come back from a 5-round deficit, I think it might be. They can get out of their own heads, like you said. Maybe they're just, you know, maybe they're just a little bit heartbroken that things are going this way, or they're just not warmed up yet. Who knows? It is a best of 3, and again, in their semifinal match against Dallas Vendetta, they did lose the first map, and they actually lost it pretty handily. So, and then they turned around and won like 7-2 or 7-1 on the very next map. So, this could just be Gusic, you know, a little bit. You know, they played Avient last night. Maybe Avient just knows. Maybe they're just knowers. They've seen everything they needed to see out of Gusic, and now they're ready to take them on and take home this grand final trophy.
They're a round away from being halfway there. Ando and Aggro definitely pushing the weight here for Avient. A combined 24 kills here through 7 rounds, and that's just remarkable right there, especially from Aggro. He's made a few hero plays, but Candle obviously chiming in as well. And if Avient want to keep dominating, I'm obviously certain that Aggro and Candle will keep doing what they're doing, but we've had a quiet start to round 8. Maybe Gusic will get a little bit too impatient here, might swing a little bit wide, knowing their tendencies. And if that nets him a first pick, that could help a lot. Unlimited to drone on his feet, he'll get 2 of them, and nothing yet to pay for him. He's sitting here on this piano shield. We'll see how Avient decides to attack him. It seems like there's 2 on the K9 balcony and 2 coming with the piano double door, but obviously the time's dwindling down, and I mean, it's a kitchen defense, and this is the top floor. So if you want to win this round, Avient, you got to speed your attack up here a little bit.
Unlimited doing exactly what he needs to do. He's holding 2 people at elbow, 2 people at flute, and they're just not pushing him. And I'm not quite sure why. We're going to see some yellow pings here. Oh, Aggro cooking that grenade, but Cryptic's going to come up and get the shot onto him. But 2 minutes wasted. That is an immense amount of time, and now Tristan going to come back up to kind of add some reinforcements as well as backslid on the Frost. Teddy, though, needs to keep himself alive. He wasn't able to use his drones last round because he got caught out. He still took some damage as well. Now we're going to see some soft destruction coming up. That looks like... Was that a grenade? Opened up that top of that soft wall?
I think Slime shot at it and then tossed the nade over. But we're getting a lot of aggression here. Bakesley finds one on Shafi, but Candle immediately gets the refrag. Tristan gets one, and we're even at a 3v3. And the site's downstairs, Avient. You got 20 seconds. You got to find your way into the bomb site. Echo drones, I doesn't look like are still up from Teddy. And Avient's scrambling to try and find a way into the bomb site here. And Candle's gonna go through some toxic gas canisters. Am's gonna try and find a pick. Aggro takes some hefty damage, but won't fall. We're in a 2v1. Gusic, Teddy survived. Teddy survives. And Gusic, by the skin of their teeth, hold on for another round at 6-2.
The diffuser was actually down in Trophy, which is why you saw Teddy not take that final gunfight there and just kind of slink off back into the dining room. He didn't need to. They didn't have the time. They would have had to have grabbed the diffuser and then ran all the way into kitchen to be able to get in there and then play. And at that point, pros don't fake, so you know it would have got stuck. It would have been an easy kill and an easy win. So I think Gusic would have won that one regardless. But a smart play coming out, realizing, hey, diffuser's down. We need to get out of here. So just run. Actually, it's exactly what happened to them to send it to overtime last time. It was Dallas Vendetta just ran away with the diffuser on the ground, and they had to chase frags, and it worked out perfectly. So Gusic using their enemies' tactics to win them around, and finally
Defenders,
they get
protect your
something
bombs
done
from
here.
being defused
But
by
is it too
attackers.
little, too late? Are we going to see Avient take this here? We're going to be going down to bar and games. An interesting one. A lot of people really like this site. This has become the primary site for a lot of teams. And it's interesting to see, since the rework of Chalet, this map has just become this site, excuse me, has just become so much more viable.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you, and I think the reason why is because you basically have to attack two different sites here into one. The top floor is held sometimes, and majority of the time, harder than the actual site itself. If you don't have that vertical control, I mean, there's nothing you can do. You can't really take the site. Everything can be controlled from above, and then if you have to clear above, which you know majority of teams do, you have at least 2 shields that you have to go through. ADSs, not in this case. Well, Mize though is is banned, but you still do have those Aruni gates. You have so many shields on the side of Gusic right now. You have 3 shields coming out from Amp, Teddy, and Tristan. Tristan yet to place his down. Curious as to where that will go. But basically, that DMR's in his hands. We know what that gun's capable of with a muzzle break. And he'll go wander around the kitchen side of the map.
Yeah, that gun really powerful in the right hands. I mean, even with body shots, it downs in just a few. If you're a lower health operator, 2 or 3 to the chest of that Havana of Baron will just sit you down for the rest of the round. It is interesting. 3 shields. Tristan still hasn't placed it yet, but I don't know if it was seen or not, or if we managed to catch it. Unlimited put all 3 ADSs protecting that shield outside of the window of elbow, so it'd be very interesting to see if that pay off, because that is a lot of utility spent. Speaking of things getting spent, bullets being spent as Baxley and Shapai gonna exchange some words. You know, they have their differences. They talked it out though. Everything's looking
Attackers
good
have
here.
located
Tristan
a bomb.
playing aggressive though. Falcon decided not to. They're just gonna move back. We thought they were going to. Decided not to.
I think Avient has piano control, and Tristan and Basie are definitely aware of that, and basically trying to fall off. This is definitely not what you see out of a bar defense. You definitely don't see the defenders running back towards piano. Basically going to get caught out by Candle. Unlimited already down to a bullet of health. Teddy's also going to get down and finished off. No, not yet. That'll be Unlimited finding Shapai. Tristan adding on to another onto Candle. Suddenly it's all crumbling for Avient. But they have Teddy down and Unlimited still on an ounce of health. Amp going to revive his teammate and Teddy into the stock storage here in bar. Minute 10 left to go. Cryptix is going to find one onto Amp. 2 of Gusic's players down on 1 bullet of health. One will get taken down. Baron takes down Teddy. Unlimited finds an immediate refrag. He gets traded out by Cryptix. Cryptix going to revive his teammate in the exact same spot Gusic revived theirs. It's a 3v1, and Cryptix with the bomb in his hand, 50 seconds. Tristan all alone in a 1v3. Can he clutch it out and keep Gusic alive in this map 1? Air jabs coming out from Avient. Tristan finds one pick, flashbang out from Baron. He'll get flashed. And plant's going down by Cryptix. And the post plant is now going alive. Tristan trying to take the top floor back, trying to get some verticality here. Drone on his feet, he'll eliminate that. One player proned outside his library balcony. I think he's aware of this. Tristan runs out looking for the pick. He'll do some damage, but Aggro is going to finish him off, and any hopes Gusic had of coming back on map 1 are eliminated. Avient, take map 1.
The heroics just not quite there for Tristan. A very valiant effort. It was just unfortunate that they had to rotate so far out and the first shot didn't hit on the ledge and ended up being marked and had to take that fight so long. Yeah,